you want to start us off with the statement?
Number one, I believe in Purdue, and for us to play the way we did today, I thought from coaching staff all the way down was awful. And I look at, this place is special, and you walk into that stadium and the students are sold out. You walk in and the energy that Ross Age creates, and for us to play the way that we did, very disappointed in my coaching staff and our team. And I can't be any more honest than that. And also, I look in the mirror and how do we fix it? Okay, so nobody said it was going to be an easy process. It's frustrating because I thought our offense, they at least they kept us in the game the first half. But we didn't do anything defensively well enough to win a game against anyone. And credit to Illinois, they've got a good coaching staff and very good players. But for us to get where we want to go, we got a long ways to go. We understand that. I know the path to get there, and it goes through hard. And we've got to find a way to make strides where they're needed. Explosive plays on defense, I mean, that's as frustrating as I've been in coaching. Because two of them were on miscommunication, and then, I just didn't think we were very competitive, honestly. So that's hard to say out loud. But, they came back and tried to show some fight there. It was a good fourth down stop, one situation. But clearly nowhere even close to playing winning football. And then we turn the ball over twice and don't get any back. That's never going to work. So I know this, I'm tired of saying those things, and I know everybody's tired of hearing them. So at the end of the day, results driven, we got to go find a way to play winning ball. So we'll correct what we will and what we can, and then it will be a sprint to try to get ready for Minnesota.
Raise your hand if you got a question.
Barry, you mentioned the two fumbles that ultimately led to 10 points. I think you had an offsides on a 4th and 3 that ended up being a touchdown,
Yep.
and you lose by a couple scores. I know there's a lot of things to correct, but do you feel like you're 1, 2, 3 mistakes away maybe from at least getting in the win column?
I do, but man, we gotta, it comes a point that we can't talk about, we have to do it, and you sit there and you come out of a timeout and talk about, okay, it's gonna be a hard count. And then you roll out there and you jump off sides. I mean, what are we doing? We captured some momentum there, and then they punt the ball and we fumble it at the 7-yard line. And it's just, that's Purdue kicking Purdue's tail. And we're not good enough to win when we play that way, bottom line.
Tom.
Barry, well, what are the 1 or 2 biggest issues on defense you think right now?
Well, I think you look at any defense I've ever been a part of, if you give up explosive plays, you're not going to play good defense. So I thought at the line of scrimmage, I thought we did some good things on rush defense. Okay, I thought we had some TFLs, thought we played aggressive in that way, but it doesn't matter if you get them in 3rd and 7 and you give up 50 on a bomb, it's never going to work. So, like I mentioned, 2 plays were a communication error, which is day one stuff. So ultimately that goes to coaching, and then it goes to the players executing, and I've got to get it fixed.
One other thing that seemed out of ordinary was the discipline. 8 penalties for 64 yards. I think you came into the game averaging just 4 penalties. Just what do you think was at the root of some of those infractions and the number of them?
Yeah, looking at, I want to evaluate every single one and how they were called, why they were called, but obviously the offsides, remember, that's discipline. So there's no, we talk about a plan to win, and it's turnover margins, a number of things, but one of those areas are turnover margin, we lost that. Penalties at crucial times, we're not good enough to overcome penalties, we're just not. And so most teams in college football aren't, so we got to fix it. And that is, I don't know, I'm frustrated with that part because it hasn't shown up, and then it did today for the reasons, we got to find answers.
Yeah.
Barry, obviously a lot of talk coming into the season about just the experience in this secondary, and Are you just not seeing that come through on the field? Has this been a surprise how, especially on a day like today, just how wide open they were?
It's hard to watch, I know that, because I thought we would certainly be better. We've got the athletic ability to be better, so, but we're missing something, so, I think, it's not just one guy, and then you look at that, well, then it's multiple guys, so we've got to, either they don't understand it, we haven't done a good enough job coaching it, or for whatever reason, we haven't executed it. So, again, those plays, when you give those things up, they just, they're so crucial from any energy, any emotion, any things that you had going your way on your sideline. As soon as an explosive play happens, it's hard to overcome those things. And then you combine it with multiple times, we look like a very poorly coached football team.
Riley in the back.
Coach, you mentioned the frustrations, obviously, but your team still showed a lot of fight, especially in that second half, to claw back and try and get back, to a striking distance. What's your message to the guys in the locker room to kind of pick them back up with an important stretch of games coming up?
Well, I respect your question. I really do. And don't take this the wrong way, but I mean, you're in a competitive arena or environment, you're supposed to play hard. Like that's a given. So really messaging, we corrected some things, I thought at halftime, but then post game, I'm tired of talking about it. Talk is cheap. What are your actions? And that's pretty clear cut. What's it going to be?
Other questions for Coach? Back to Tom.
Any positives today?
Say it again,
Any
Tom.
positives today?
I thought offensively, we got a chance of being a really good offense. I thought we ran the ball better. There were some reads that I heard on the headset that we missed. They kept us, offensively kept us in the game. I'm trying to look down at the stat sheet there a little bit to formulate another one in my mind. If the opponent was 2-11 on third downs, that would be good for us. But probably stops about there.
Can you tell us anything about Tony Grimes and Jalen St. John?
Yeah, Grimes was injured Wednesday in practice, I believe. I would expect he would be back on Monday, and I haven't got a report yet on St. John. He was ruled out for the rest of the game, but I didn't get anything. I haven't met with the sports medicine staff yet after I addressed the team.
Go in the back, Coach.
Coach, you just mentioned it, but you had your best rushing attacks in Southern Illinois. What were you seeing in the rushing game today that helped you work out rush for 150 yards?
Yeah, I thought Maccabee ran and Antonio ran tough. I thought we blocked better at the point of attack. I think there were some opportunities there that we got a push up front, which was good to see by our O-line. And then we were a little more deliberate about some of those calls in the run game.
Jeff, go ahead.
Coach, the last 3 games, the middle quarters have seen you guys outscored 109-40. Earlier in the season, you mentioned an issue on the sideline with a lack of energy. Is that possibly an answer for that, or is there something else there?
No, I don't. I mean, we create. You have to create your own energy. And I didn't hear the first part of your question other than we being outscored. So, we've got a lot of work to do. And again, I think I would be naive to say, I knew I was, walking in, this was going to be an easy road. I didn't think that one bit, but we've got to make a ton of progress. And in the month of October, we talked about how important it was playing here these next 4 games. Now we don't get that one back. So what are we going to do moving forward? We're going to keep talking about how important it is to do all these things, or we're going to go do it. So we'll get back to work, and I don't know any other way. And, I know we got to fix problems, then we will.
Nathan, last question.
Just want to clarify on the dropped punt return, on your guys' rules, should that be a fair catch there? Is that what he's supposed to do with that, or?
What do you mean on our rules?
Just the way you guys have your setups for what they're supposed to do,
No,
depending
we had
on
a,
where
we
they are
had
in
a
the field.
return, we had a return call, so, I mean, it's a judgment call by the returner if he felt good about spacing to be able to catch it.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Coach. Well played shortly.
Thanks, guys. Have a good week.